Everyone, it's Melissa. Today I am going to show how I did this look here. It is what I was wearing and the last video that I did. And somebody said, would you mind doing that look from start to finish? So I said that I would like to. That is always good. I always like getting ideas of what kind of videos to do. So I was really glad that I had actually done that look with this palette because I wanted to do a get ready with me with this palette. I've had this palette a long time. Kristen and I went to it was like a fair in Atlanta. It was a while back. It was quite a while ago. And different companies had their stuff there and you could buy them if you wanted to. So Kristen and we saw the Viseart and they were just coming out with these little theory palettes, so I picked up the Chroma. And it is just so pretty. It's got lots of grays and whites and dark grays in it, charcoals. And so I loved it because it was just the type of colors that I like. But then I started using the Smoky, the Urban Decay Smoky. And this one is, you know, it's little and it got pushed to the back. But the other day when we did the live, I did the live on Mary Glitzy Fritzy's channel where people told us, you know, how to do our makeup and stuff, and it just ended up so funny. But anyway, several of us were talking, you know, most of us were mature women in there, and we got to talking about, you know, having to, if you do YouTube, you feel like you've got to stay relevant, you've got to buy all these new palettes and buy all these new palettes, and it gets so expensive. And then somebody's, you know, and so we wondered why, and we thought, well, we need to, you know, stay relevant and sort of, I hate to say compete, but sort of keep up with the younger ones that have all these new palettes coming out all the time. So we end up, you know, having to spend so much money trying to buy things, and I have donated so much to a dance studio. My eyeshadow palettes, I have donated so many of them to the dance studio, so that those girls, those young girls, could use them for their recitals and things like that. That, you know, I thought, gosh, I've spent so much money doing this for YouTube, buying all this stuff for YouTube, and then not, you know, just using it a few times and then giving it away. It's just such a waste. But, you know, we thought, well, maybe we need to start looking at some of the things that we have and really start using those again. And I think that that's what I wanted to do with this one. I wanted to get it back out and use it again because, you know, it was, you know, paid good money for it. And I, you know, paid good money for all my stuff, so I should be using them. Now, you know, I love buying new palettes and seeing what's out and stuff like that, but I'm trying to be a little more choosy. If you'll see from my Get Ready with Me, I do a lot of the same other cosmetics, but my weakness is our eyeshadow palettes. So I do tend to buy those more, but I do get influenced by some of the younger ones, and we shouldn't. We should just be happy with what we buy and use them up and love them, I think. So that's what I did with this palette and this Get Ready With Me. So I'm going to show it to you now. And by the way, Doug is doing great. He was a mess for a while because he didn't want to follow the doctor's orders. He thought he knew best and he wanted to get up and do everything, and he could lift, and yeah, it was just a mess. It was just a mess. I think some of it was being put to sleep. I think it affected him. But he was rough. He wanted to vape. You know, he vapes and he wanted to do that, and they told him he couldn't do it, and he got upset. Oh, it was just terrible. But anyway, he's better now. We went this morning and got the stitches out and got this splint on his nose taken off, and he looks a little bit different. His nose is nice and straight, and his profile's really cute and everything. So it's like having a new man. So here is the Get Ready With Me that I did in my last video featuring the Viseart Theory Palette in Chroma. Try not to let all this beauty I got going on here dazzle you. But, you know, it's funny. I never thought that I would be getting on the internet with rollers and no makeup on, looking my absolute worst. But, you know, I think, well, when I was young, I never would have done it when I was young, I don't think. But I couldn't have imagined the internet when I was young. You know, so many things have changed. I need to do a video sometime of the things I have seen in my lifetime. That might be a good one for all of us over 60 to do. That might be interesting. But anyway, somebody had asked me to do the look that I had in my last video, so I thought I would. I'm going to start out with my Tarte. The Tarte, I'll tell you what, that mascara gets all over everything. The Tarte Shape Tape. and I really like it, except I think it is starting to dry out my under eyes just a little bit. I'm gonna see what it's like in the summertime. I have a hard time. It's good for people like me that have a hard time with things not lasting under their eyes, their eyeshadow or their eyeliner. But then when you get that, you run the risk of it drying out under your eyes too, and looking, you know, making your under eyes look crinkly. So it's bordering on that. I'm keeping an eye on it. I've got like an irritated place right there. I did a live this weekend, and people had us put on just crazy makeup and stuff, and so they said put on blue eyeshadow, and I think it got in that pore and got it all irritated. But anyway, so I'm going to use, this is a different foundation for me. This is the Stick Foundation by Lancome, and I think the color is Bisque W, so I guess Bisque Warm. But just a little stick. The only thing that I'm happy about is the top cracked. So when it cracked, it doesn't stay on real well. So I'm afraid it's going to get, you know, I'm always having to put it back on again. I'll have to put a rubber band around it. But I know that probably the best way to put this foundation on, I put it on just lightly with my fingers, spreading it lightly with my fingers, would be a damp beauty blender, beauty sponge. But I just cannot bring myself to use a damp sponge. I don't know why. Well, for one thing, it takes me forever to wash it out, and I'm usually running so late in the mornings and trying to hurry, I just don't have time to. I have to suds it and rinse and suds it and rinse. It just like the makeup just won't come out. So I spend a lot of time doing that. So I just don't like them. But everybody else does, you know, they're real popular. So maybe if I could just get a quicker way to clean it, it might be a little bit better. But that was fun doing that thing this weekend, the live. It was a lot of fun. I had a really good time. But the reason I'm using this right now, I wanted to try it, and also it's got some sunscreen in it. So I can use this and then over it put the Goop spray sunscreen. It's a setting spray, and it's got sunscreen in it too. I have to let my makeup kind of set a little bit because that product does have some alcohol in it, and if I put it on too quickly, it'll burn. After I've done my skincare, it'll burn, so I have to let my skincare sit for a bit. If I wait, it doesn't burn at all. I don't even feel it on there. And I like it because you don't even know you have on sunscreen. I really like it a whole lot. I'm going to get a bigger bottle of it. Now, so I got my foundation on, got underneath there. I'm going to use some paint pot Painterly, and I am just about out. I've got it on my list to get some more. So Kristen and I, when we go to Atlanta, I've got a list of things I need to buy. My granddaughter's birthday is coming up too, on Easter actually. So I thought I would shop down there, and then some Easter toys, Easter stuff, you know, for my grandchildren, because we always have a big Easter egg hunt at the house. So we'll have her birthday and the big Easter egg hunt on that day. So as soon as I get back, I've got a lot of planning to do next week. Eyebrows are next, and I like to use the Trish McAvoy Precision Brow Shaper in Natural. I just fill in and kind of bring it up at the top a little bit to sort of raise my eyes a little. Trying to scoot this around a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to put on the Chroma. So this is the first color that I'm using, this one right here all over the lid. That one. Now I'm going to go to the white color right here for over my eyebrows. Yeah, Doug just gave me fits. He would not cooperate. He tried to do everything. He tried to do vaping. He tried to, everything they told him not to do, he thought he knew better, and he was going to do it anyway. He just, I don't know, I'd never seen that side of him. I think it was the anesthesia. I think once it wore off, he was better. And now I'm going to go into the transition area right above my crease. For that, I'm going to use this color right here. Just go right above that crease area. I feel like these look more shimmery on the palette, in the palette, than they do on the eyes. They look a little shimmery, but I mean, they don't look like glitter or anything. They just, I don't know, I just feel like it adds some brightness. It's a really pretty palette. So now I'm going to do the crease in this kind of this brownish, kind of a brownish black color. It's really pretty. And just darkening that crease area there. Maybe slightly above, just to right where it's at the bottom part of the transition color. Yeah, this is a mixture of mattes and shimmers, kind of. Very, very cool toned. It's grays and blacks and whites. Everything in between. Okay, then I'm going to go in the outer corner with this dark gray right down here. Try to bring it up a little bit. I'll blend that out. And then I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and blend it. Okay, next I'm going to take a little tiny, I think this is a Real Techniques, one of those little tiny brushes, and just take one of the eyeshadows and take that medium shade that I did in the for the transition and run it underneath my eyes. I feel like my rollers are getting ready to fall. Okay, I am going to put some liner in my waterline, and I'm going to be using, boy, I've got stuff all over my fingers. I'm going to be using NARS Via Veneto liner. Okay, so I'm gonna put on some mascara now. Right now I'm using it the Superhero from It Cosmetics. It is a mess. It makes beautiful lashes. It's just gorgeous, but it really makes a huge mess. I'm always wiping it off. It's always getting on my fingers. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be using. And soon as I'm almost through with it, I think, since I used it up, I'm going back to my YSL in burgundy. I got one for Christmas from someone that I love her to death, so thank you. Okay, I'm going to line my lips with Plumberry from Laura Mercier. And the lipstick is by Maybelline, and it is 540 Peach Buff. Which I think it's more pink than peach. And Buxom lip gloss in White Russian. So we'll take down my hair and kind of fluff it a little bit, put on some earrings, and move the camera back, and I'll be back in a minute. So this is the finished look. I really appreciate everybody watching so much. It means a lot to me. I'm very excited about this weekend. Starting Thursday, I'm going to vlog everything of my trip with Kristen. I hope she has a good time. I think she will. There are going to be a few surprises in store for her. So everybody be sure that you tune in for that. And I need to get busy packing because I think Kristen has already started. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon, probably Thursday. Bye-bye.